All right, this is a very quick cell phone video, and I'm going to just briefly talk about the status matrix. This is the result of completing the blueprint. This is actually my recording, if you will, my status matrix commercial status recording. So this is the common law trust. Excuse me, not the common law trust. This is the living trust, which is the most important trust when it comes to correcting your status in commerce and things like that. So this is your living trust over here. This is your UCC filing with all the appropriate instruments behind it. This registered mail number is attached to the bond that was recorded with this filing. The original bond is still here because this filing is done from home. This number is the same as this number. And why this is there, if I ever had to use this bond, let's say in some type of court proceeding where I was trying to bond a case or trying to it's a couple different ideas of how you would use it, but then you would take this same financing statement and you will do an assignment of that bond to the fiduciary, right? See what? Remember? Oh, actually, I didn't mention that because we just started this video. I was rolling a draft before this, but what I was going to say is, see, here's the living trust, which is this is the first thing that you need to do to rebut the Sesta KV Act. They're taking control over your state because there's no executor. This is the living trust, and this deals with that. You're the executor for the estate, but you're the trustee for the living trust. The living trust attaches to the estate. And so you have to think in terms like this. An estate is not a business entity, right? So an estate always does business in trust. Some people attempt to use the foreign situs trust, and now we're attempting to also use the living trust. So, but the reason why I was just bringing it up at this particular time is because understanding that you're the trustee over here, and also, you know, understanding how if somebody presents a claim to the trustee, you have this bond that's for discharging secured funding, and it's a contract-based commercial instrument like every other commercial instrument, so there's no reason why it can't be valid, right? So anyways, if somebody presented that type of claim or you had to do business for the trade name as the trustee, you can use the registered mail restricted delivery to deliver this secured funding discharging indemnification instrument to the fiduciary, judge, court, clerk, whoever, and then you would update this UCC by doing an assignment. But anyways, that's not beyond the scope of this, but it's good that I said that. I guess now you can kind of get an idea that these instruments are going to be what you use. You know, they're not going to be just something that, oh, now you're a secured party. You know, everybody in the world is going to, you know, leave you alone, and they're going to put you on a special list to not bother and to let you do everything you want. No, you have to comprehend what you have in here. This is to protect your person and protect your estate. That's why and how this was created. You know, so these are your original instruments that you will have on your person, right? So this is actually my original UCC filing, although it was done online. But when you look through here, you're going to only see original instruments, right? I'm going to kind of go through this in a second. So again, living trust, I always like to authenticate the document. I don't really talk about this in the master file blueprint because it's not necessary. You don't have to, but you can. I just make sure that everything, all, what do they say? I's are dotted and T's are crossed, so to speak. Now this up here is just a registered mail number. It's not required, but I make the habit of taking the trust after it's executed in the acknowledgement and register mailing it to the trustee. It's supposed to be in his possession anyway. So that's kind of a record of the trust. We want to create the record of the trust because in order to administer your estate, you have to prove competence, and that's by operating in trust, basically. So let's see. So yeah, this is the filing. You have your common law side, commercial side. This is the living trust. It's executed. Now, again, this UCC recording, you know, I show you this whole layout in the master file blueprint, but it can all be done online. It can all be done online. And again, you know, so that it doesn't get rejected, there's no, make sure that your secured party that you're operating from reflects that you're operating in trust. Let's see. Something to note is you might have noticed on the UCC-1 in the blueprint that I have collateral written right here. Well, unfortunately, when you record this online, and you don't have to record it online, you can walk it in. But when you record it online, they're going to only let you put collateral in box 4, or you can attach a PDF. In our case, because we had to put the bond back there, we had to put the power of attorney back there, the fee schedule, common law copyright, so we had to scan in a PDF. So therefore I couldn't put anything here. So the information that was here, which was the registration statement information for the bond, if you looked at the template, I just put as part of the attachment. Everything behind this statement was scanned in as a PDF. So there was a copy of all my original documents. So that's the bond registration statement. Certification of trust, which should reflect, you should have clicked the proper buttons on here to show that you are operating in trust, that the collateral is held in trust. This is a certification of trust. Now you're having this on the record, right? When you follow the certification of trust, you can authenticate this. It's not necessary. You wouldn't even have to do it. But also this certification of trust, if you kind of read through it, it talks about the attached schedule. It says the attached schedule A is a true copy and a listing of property held in trust, etc. But it talks about this attached schedule A, A1, A2, A3, A4, which is different instruments. And here's your schedule A right here. So you see the A1 is the bond, or is it? I got them a little bit out of order, sorry. But, so one of this, first you see this is the Rule 220 affidavit attached to the authenticated, that's the United States seal, State of Ohio seal, authenticated birth record. This is the master discharge indemnity bond. And just call it a bond. It's not, it's just a bond. By the way, these numbers right here, you can Google barcode registration converter. And and it'll convert your numbers, and you can copy and paste that. So for those who just needs to create things like this, witnesses on the back of bond. This is your common law copyright. Oh yeah, this is your copyright. Video shows you how to do that. You take it through the newspaper. And this is your fee schedule. If you do a fee schedule, now the fee schedule is real important. I'm gonna do a video about that. I'm gonna go back into the information about traveling and provide some different tools for people. But anyways, there you have it. It's right under 10 minutes. That's cool. Excuse the shaky hand camera, whatever. Anyways, if you're interested in this service, just to clear it up, I'm not offering any type of full service. I don't really do this for people. I've created a blueprint that I call a master file, and for your donation of $150 to thctrust.org, which is crazy, worth what I'm asking for. Like, this is ridiculous. This should be like $1,500 for me to, even just $500 if I was just going to give you access to this research. But it's only for a donation of $150, and realistically, you don't even have to do that all by yourself. If you have a little study group or somebody that you're working with, and y'all are studying together and funds is tight, then combine it together. Right? You can share this within your local small circle. But that's it. Don't be like the people at Stop the Pirates at blogspot.org that's just selling one of my products and never ever even spoke to me or even asked me if they could or even thrown me any dollar for doing it. It's just crazy. I can't even believe they're doing that. But anyways, don't really care. Thank you for watching. I'm going to get back to my grizzly and put some more work in. Oh, and visit www.thctrust.org.